So the setup that we currently had was not going to work. And it was a test brake.
This rubber cap pops out.
So this moves with the vehicle then?
Yeah.
He told us on the phone it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks delivery time. So we were going to be safe. So totally unexpected.
Welcome back to Road Notes. So this video is kind of impromptu. We ordered a dolly from a company called American-Dolly. And right now we are in Americus, Georgia, and it's a rainy day. And we got a call that our dolly is coming several weeks early, and he's going to deliver it right to the campsite for us. So stick with us. This ought to be interesting.
Okay, after going back and forth a lot of times about do we flat tow, do we dolly tow, what do we do in terms of bringing a car with us, we have now decided to purchase this dolly, as Leslie mentioned. So I am making room for our new dolly. As Leslie mentioned, we're still on our little vacation here in Americus, Georgia. And when we ordered this dolly from American-Dolly about 2-3 weeks ago, he told us on the phone it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks delivery time. So when we went on this 11-day vacation here, we knew we were going to be safe of not having the dolly available. So we brought our bikes, our bike rack, didn't bring any other attachments, and 2 days ago he gave me a call and said, Mark, we're going to be in this area by the end of the week. Today is Saturday. So totally unexpected and super fast delivery. He agreed to meet us here at this KOA instead of down in Florida where we originally said we were going to meet. He said he would be here between 4:30 and 5 o'clock. It is 4:30 now, so we're just waiting for him to get here and check out this new dolly we ordered. So why did we go with a dolly opposed to what so many others do and flat tow? It was a back and forth with us for a long time in terms of what we wanted to do. We weren't sure. We've never pulled a car behind our Class A before. And initially we did decide to flat tow. And since this is a gas coach, we had to make sure that A, we purchase a car that can be flat towed, and B, we wanted to be pretty light on weight. We wanted to be really at 3,500 pounds or less. We have 8,000 pounds that we can pull, but we didn't want to add all that weight to the RV. I did actually purchase a car that could have been flat towed, but at one of our stays in Florida, in fact at Clearbrooks Golf and RV Resort, one of our neighbors who also has a Thor Challenger, was a year newer than ours. He came in with his dolly, and we ended up talking to him, and he was giving me all the insights, all this education on dolly, and he flat towed. He has a lot of experience with flat towing as well, and he gave us, just like with anything else, there are some negatives, some positives, but he decided to do dolly tow, and he's been doing this for 3 years. And he broke it down on this particular dolly with American-Dolly. And we liked it so much, and we liked the options of being able to tow pretty much any car we want. If we ever get rid of the car we have, we buy a new car, we can tow it with us. We don't have to buy all the new attachments, all the new tow bars to flat tow everything. And it is pretty pricey to set this up. The flat tow, I mean, it came anywhere from between $3,000 and $4,500 just to get the vehicle set up, and then you're kind of stuck with that vehicle. So with this dolly option, we will now have the freedom of purchasing any car we want and be able to pull it. We did go ahead and purchase the widest dolly that they have, which is a 9-foot wide dolly, which will allow us to pull anything from a pickup truck down to the smallest car. And we did like that freedom, and that's really one of the main reasons we decided to go with a dolly instead of flat towing. Hey, Gary. Yeah, ours is in the very front, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so we can just remember that.
Anyway. Yeah, that's most of it. Okay. Yep. Let go. Yep. That's easy. Grab the brake control, put it on.
Okay.
It creates a third wire for the power for the brakes. So this here, this is coming from the dolly, plugs into the side here. Another piece of tape here, so if, once you get it set, you can put a piece of tape on that gain wheel
Here.
and it'll keep it from vibrating up and down. This has an on and off switch on it also, so once you get this set, if you want to haul the dolly somewhere without a car, you just turn the switch off, it kills the power of the brakes. When you put a car on it, flip the switch up, and the power comes back on. Once you get it set, so what you do, you plug it in, you start your engine, because your voltage changes from 12 to 13.5. So you start your engine, roll this wheel towards the ground until that light turns red. Into the red and back it up to dark orange. On the Equinox, I would say slightly into the red. And
Just
then put this
applies
piece of
more
tape on
brake
there.
power. Is that what it's doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
The more, see the little white arrow?
Yeah.
The more you go towards the ground, the more the power is. It'll go green, yellow, orange, red. Once it's into the red, just barely into the red for the Equinox.
Into the
Back
green.
it up to dark orange on the other car.
Dark orange.
A lot of people over the years that have called us and said they lost this ramp hold down. The thing you don't want to do is do not lay it on the ground. Don't set it on something. You're gonna forget it. So we have this little deal here to hold it.
Nice.
The ramp. First one faces up. You just line it up with that nut on the tongue. Top one faces down. Interlocks like so. Line that one up the same way. Take this. Stick it in there, wiggle it back and forth a little bit. Make sure that that starts that easy. If it does not
in right.
don't cross thread it, don't force it.
Right.
Good to know.
And straps. But they're just a little bit different than what most people are expecting. These are adjustable, totally adjustable. They have loops. All these loops allow you to move all this stuff around wherever you need it. This moves up and down, however big or however small you want it. The idea is to get this big continuous strap, which is this whole thing right here, that all that stuff rides around on. This open part faces away from the dolly, drops down in this wider spot, slides over here. This is designed so it can't come out unless it's all the way over there, exactly right. So hook that in there, hook your slack out of the back. This goes over the top, the middle of the tire. These are nice, the double ones, because it keeps the strap away from the strut. Does not go in the ratchet. Very seldom will you ever go in the ratchet. The ratchet, you squeeze the handle, is the turning mechanism. You can just drop it down.
Okay.
This goes in between the two bars, not the ratchet. It can go through the ratchet, but unless you have a big old Jeep or something with huge wide tires on it.
Right.
Stick that through there enough to be able to grab that tail, pull your slack through there, leave enough to wrap at least 2 times around itself, like so. Put your arm in it real good. Squeeze the handle, lift it up. It's double locked when it's all the way up, and then take that back strap, touch, see if there's enough, a little bit of pressure on that. So, and then when you get ready to take your car off, squeeze the handle, pull it down, get another bite, push it all the way back, and spin it off. This rubber cap pops out.
Mm-hmm.
There's a grease zerk in the end of the axle. There's a hole drilled in the spindle to the inner bearing and the outer bearing. It greases both bearings. It's not just a bearing buddy. 50 pounds on your tires. These are 6-ply steel belted radials. They're made in America. Good tires. The table moves back and forth like so. Like I said, it's got stops here that hit the axle so your vehicle doesn't go too far. And on these wider ones, we put this stringer on the back to give it a little more strength in that axle. That's stitched all the way across there.
Yeah.
Idea is to try and get 16 inches from here to the ground, and that's what we have.
Yeah, but we gotta have to get on there somehow because I got no places to put it. Can't leave that.
It's not quite gonna go.
No, that's what I was afraid of. That's not enough clearance. Well, so far so good until Gary tried to put the dolly onto the RV, and then we realized that there wasn't enough room for the bike hitch to fit on there as well. So Gary is a super nice guy. He decided to go to Walmart for us. We don't have a car here, so he went up to Walmart. It's about 5 miles from here, and to get what we need to be able to not only put the dolly on but also put our bike hitch on and make it work just right.
Unfortunately, I don't know how you want to look at this. It's fortunate he's several weeks early, but it's unfortunate because we had all of the necessary equipment in our cars in Claremont. So
he's doing everything he can
to
make this work, and it will work. No doubt about it. He'll get what we need now. He knows exactly what we need. And
this is a high quality dolly. I mean, you can see it as soon as you look at it.
Yeah. Just him taking the time to explain everything. I know he's probably a little bit in a rush with having so many more. All these dollies have to still get delivered. Not today, but however long he's out for. So he just came from Alabama. So I mean, he goes anywhere you are and delivers it in person. You will actually get to deal with the owner. These dollies are made in-house at his home factory. I believe his sons are the ones making them.
Yeah, it's a family business.
And then he loads them up like this, like 10, 12 at a time. I think 10 will fit on here, and then he delivers them throughout the country at any given time. So what an outfit. I mean, what a guy.
Yeah, he's
really nice.
He's a stand-up guy.
There's that. Get in there. There we go. So is it 2 bolts or 1 bolt?
I think he's got 1.
Now most vehicles only have 200 pounds or less. And then let's just test the lights real quick, you guys.
Okay, brakes. Good. Left signal. Good. Right one. Good. Turn the lights on. Perfect. Everything works. Okay, after a brief rain delay, we are continuing with the trailer setup. So we have the bike rack up, we have the hitch extension up, we just put the hitch on, we put Ollie on here, and now it's time to set the breaker box, the brake system for the trailer. So we have this little box here. We have to open this up. We're looking for like an orange color light. There's a green. There is red.
Yep.
Okay, I just don't know if the trailer brake thing is on.
Well, you'll find out. Zozo. It's moving day, Zozo. You ready to go?
Alright, here we go.
This is Ollie the Dolly. We've got Onyx and Ollie.
Let me know if you see anything. It's bad.
Bye-bye, tropical palms. Say goodbye to our neighbor 5 to go. Ollie looks like she's handling really nicely. American-Dolly.com. Super, super awesome gentleman to work with. Homemade in the USA. We hit some pretty good bumps and she is just perfect. It's still quite surreal that everything we own is now with us, including our vehicles. It's really an odd feeling. We've got to unhook now before we go to our next campsite.
As you can see, when you get to a campground, you can pull this dolly up right to the end of the site, the campsite, and then you can pretty much back your Class A, your rig, right over top of the dolly and make them almost disappear. Because here in this site, because it is so long, we didn't have to do it, but we have a little piece, just a tongue sticking under it. But really, technically, we could have backed up quite a bit more from the end of the rig all the way till it touches the fender almost. So if there is any concerns about, you know, where do you store the dolly when you get to the campground, it really isn't a problem, because you can really back this up all the way, you know, till the fender. So which makes your rig what, maybe a foot and a half longer than what it actually is, because everything else will fit underneath it. So that is actually a very good solution for having that concern, which was also one of our concerns.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. Now you've met our new bestie, Ollie the Dolly. Gonna go with us everywhere. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, do the subscribe, hit the bell, you know, all those things. And if you are interested in more information about American-Dolly Company, just put some comments down below and we'll be happy to help you out. He is truly a stand-up guy and went the extra mile to make sure that we were completely comfortable with everything before he left us with the dolly, even though we didn't have a vehicle at the time to tow. So we'll see you next week. Bye.